I'm going to teach it like a vinyasa class. So as always, do what your body feels, modify in any way, and don't push yourself too hard. We don't want any injuries or discomfort in the body. So we're going to begin on our stomach. So lying flat on the ground. You can make a pillow with your hands, maybe rest your cheek on your hands. And just begin to become aware of your breath. Feel your body rise with every inhale and sink with every exhale. And I invite you today to be aware of your breath throughout this practice. Let it guide you through the movements. So lift your head up and bring your hands down next to your hips, palms facing down. And on an inhale, engage the legs. Feel the kneecaps rise up from the ground and press the tops of the feet into the mat. And maybe press your palms into the mat also. On an exhale, release back down to the mat. On an inhale, press into the mat with the legs, and now lift the chest and really squeeze the shoulder blades together, engaging the thighs and the core. And on your next exhale, release to the ground. Now we're going to come into full lotus. So on an inhale, lift the hands off the mat, toes off the mat, engaging the core, engaging the legs, bringing your navel to your spine and really squeezing your shoulder blades together. And remember to breathe. So on an inhale, maybe lift a little bit higher. On an exhale, release back down to the ground. We're going to do a few more of these. So inhale to locust. So really squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let your shoulders melt down your back. And really press into the mat. Press your pelvis into the mat and release. Now you can do locust again, or if you would like to bend the knees and grab the feet with your hands and come into bow. So on an inhale, lift everything off the mat. If you're in bow, kick your feet into your hands. Exhale, release. So you can make a pillow with your hands again. Rest your head on the mat. And make your way onto tabletop. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And start to come into some body circles, making this as organic as you want. Maybe doing some body rolls, maybe flow through some cat-cows, whatever you need to warm up your spine. Locust is a really good way to engage the core, because we're going to be doing some warrior poses, some really building some heat in the body. So find some stillness in your tabletop. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips, and push back for your first downward dog. So maybe wiggle around in this downward dog for a little bit, pedaling out the feet, maybe bending one arm, bending the other, maybe rocking your hips side to side, whatever you feel like doing. And really start to press the heels towards the mat and press into all 10 fingers. So find some stillness in your downward dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg up and back, pressing the heel towards the back of the room, really engaging the leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step it through. Bring the left knee down to the mat and reach the arms up for low lunge. So you can always heel toe your right foot out a little bit. Your legs do not need to be in a straight line. And really push your left hip forward and really try to square your hips towards the front of the room. Take an inhale here. Exhale, plant your hands and straighten that right leg for half splits. So if it's in your practice, you can come into full split, whatever you feel, but really think about lengthening the spine and not hunching over the leg. On an inhale, bend back into that front leg. Lift the left knee off the mat for high lunge. Step the right foot back to meet the left for plank, and we're going to stay here for a few breaths. So really think about pulling your navel into your spine, rolling your shoulders down your back, and think about a straight line from your heel to the crown of your head. So take an inhale here. Exhale, lower down all the way to the ground. Inhale, press into the mat for baby cobra. Exhale, push the hips back for downward dog. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. On an inhale, reach the left leg up and back, really pressing through the heel. Exhale, step the foot through, drop the back knee for a low lunge. Reach the arms up. Think about pushing that right hip forward, really squaring those hips towards the front of the room, feeling that stretch in the right quad. Plant the hands and straighten your front leg for half splits. Maybe come into full splits if it's in your practice. Bend back into that front leg. Lift the back knee off the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right for plank and lower down. On an inhale, come into your back bend. Maybe that's baby cobra or upward dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips for downward dog. So come back to your breath here in your downward dog. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So take an inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot through. Come up to high lunge. Find your balance. Maybe heel toe your right foot out to the side. Your feet can be in two lanes of traffic here. They don't need to be straight, right in front of the other. So you should be on the ball of your back foot. And there should be a pretty deep bend in your front knee. So bring your hands to touch at the center of your chest. On an inhale, reach forward, and exhale, twist to the right, left elbow to right knee. Think about opening your chest towards the ceiling as much as you can and really engage your back leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, plant the hands on the mat. Step the left foot forward to meet the right, forward fold. So heel toe your feet hips width distance or wider. And maybe with a little bend in your knees, just hang loose. Let your lower back relax. And when you're ready, bring your right foot back to the back of your mat. Plant your hands on the mat. And come up for high lunge on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. Bring your hands to touch at the center of your chest. On an inhale, reach forward. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to left knee. Again, think about opening your chest up towards the ceiling and remember to breathe. Breathe into your side body to find more length. Take an inhale here. Exhale, untwist, plant the hands, step back to plank. You can go through your chaturanga if you'd like, or maybe just push the hips back for downward dog. We will meet in downward dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step the foot forward. Pivot your left heel down onto the mat and come up for warrior one. So you can always adjust. So maybe bring your hands to your hips, adjust your back foot so it's at a 45-degree angle, and keep a little bend in your front knee for warrior one. Now bring your hands up towards the sky. Let your shoulders roll down your back. Inhale, bend a little bit deeper into your front knee. Exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine and lift your chest, bringing your shoulder blades together. On an exhale, hinge at the hips. Bring your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee for humble warrior. So if you can't come all the way down for humble warrior, just come down as far as is comfortable, as long as there's a little bend in your hips. Really engage your back leg, push through the heel, push the pinky toes of your left foot into the mat. Start to bring weight into your front leg as you peel your left foot off the mat for warrior 3. So really keeping your leg engaged, and you can bring your hands to your chest or in front of you, whatever arm variation you'd like. You want there to be a straight line from the heel of your left foot to the crown of your head. So it doesn't really matter how high your leg is, it just matters that your spine is being lengthened. Start to bend back into that front knee as you bring your left foot back onto the mat gently. Reach your arms up. On an inhale, exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga, or maybe just push it back to downward dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot forward, spin your right heel onto the mat. Come up for warrior 1. Again, you can adjust your feet so that your right foot is at a 45-degree angle and there is a little bend into your left foot as you square your hips towards the front of the room. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands, clasp your hands at the base of your spine and lift the chest. On your next exhale, bend forward for humble warrior, bringing your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Start to engage your back leg as you bring your weight into your front foot and peel your right foot off the mat for warrior 3. Again, you can bring your hands into any variation you would like. I find that having them in prayer at my chest is easiest for my balance, but whatever works for you. You can straighten that front leg or keep it bent. So start to bend into your left leg as you gently place your right foot back onto the mat. Plant the hands and step back. Chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. So step your right foot through and windmill your arms up for warrior 2. So bringing your left foot parallel to the back side of your mat, pressing into the pinky toes of your left foot and bending into your right foot. Right hand forward, left hand back. Let your shoulders melt down your back, away from your ears, and just settle into this warrior 2. This is a really active pose. Think about pushing your right knee out to the right and maybe bending a little bit deeper into it. On an inhale, reverse your warrior. So bring your left arm to your back leg and reach your right arm to the back of the room. And remember to breathe. Breathe into your side body, creating length. Take an inhale here. Exhale to extended side angle. So bring your right forearm to your right knee, bringing your left arm up towards the front of the room. Really think about using that right leg. Push off of it to lengthen instead of collapsing into it. Really think about opening the chest towards the ceiling. On an inhale, come back up to warrior 2. Straighten that right leg. Hinge forward, bring your right hand down to the inside of your shin and reach your left arm straight up for triangle. You can do any variation of triangle that you would like. Maybe bring your right hand to a block or to your shin, or maybe hover it to get a little bit of a core strengthener in. And remember to breathe. So on an inhale, come back up, Bring your hands to your hips, pivot your right foot so that it's parallel to the left, and fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. Again, try not to round through the spine. Think about lengthening it, even if that means that you're not folding as far. You can bring your hands to blocks or maybe to the floor, maybe to your shins. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly come back up to stand. Now bring your left foot so that it's facing the back of your mat and bend into that knee for warrior two on the other side. So left arm forward, right arm back. Again, just settle into this warrior two on the other side. It doesn't have to feel exactly the same. On an inhale, reverse your warrior. So bring your right arm to your right leg and reach your left arm back. Breathing into your side body. And exhale to extended side angle. So left forearm to left knee, reaching your right arm up overhead or maybe towards the back of the room. Really push into your leg and think about opening your chest. Inhale back to warrior two, straighten your left leg and come into triangle. So hinge forward and bring your left arm to your left shin, reaching your right arm up. Again, take any variation you would like. Maybe bring your arm to a block, your hand to a block, or maybe to your shin, or hover it. Come back up to stand, bring your hands to your hips, and slowly fold forward. Maybe rock back and forth, hook your fingers into the elbow creases or whatever you feel, just to loosen up the spine a little bit. Come back up. Pivot your right foot to the front of the mat, bend into the front knee, plant your hands, step your right foot back to meet the left, and just push your hips back for downward dog. No need to go through your chaturanga. Come back to your breath. On an inhale, reach your right foot up and back, pressing through your heel. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, push the leg back. Exhale, bring your knee to your left elbow. Inhale, push it back. Exhale to your right elbow. Inhale, push it back. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. And maybe drop your foot onto the mat. Out on the outside of your left hand. And reach your left arm up towards the ceiling for falling star. Pick the foot up, push it back for three-legged dog, and place the right foot back onto the mat for downward dog. On an inhale, lift your left leg up and back, pressing through the heel, engaging the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, push it back. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, push it back. Exhale to your left elbow. Inhale, push it back. And now you can come into falling star on the other side. So bring your left foot out past your right hand. Bring your right hand up for falling star. When you're ready, push that left leg back for three-legged dog. And then place it back down onto the mat. On an inhale, lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, step it through. Drop your left leg down. And heel toe your foot to the outside of your mat, bringing both hands to the inside of your foot. So we're going to come into lizard here. So you can come up onto your hands or maybe down on your forearms. Maybe push your knee out if that feels good, or you can squeeze it in. Maybe grab your back leg. Come into anything that feels good. And just sink into this a little bit. Really open up your hips. And when you're ready, heel toe your foot back between your hands. Lift your back knee. Step your right foot back to meet the left and push back for downward dog. On an inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, step it through. Bring your hands to the inside of your leg. Heel toe the foot out to the outside of your mat. And come into lizard on the other side. Keep in mind that it doesn't have to feel the same on both sides. You might be more flexible on one side. Your hips might be a little bit tighter on the other side. So just do what your body feels. Whatever feels good. Again, you can grab that back leg or come down onto your forearms. When you're ready, heel toe the foot in between the hands. Lift your back knee up off the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right and push back for downward dog. So you can walk or jump your feet to the front of the mat, but we're going to meet in a sitting position. So come to sit. So bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Bring your hands up overhead. Square your hips towards your left foot. And on an exhale, fold forward onto the leg, keeping your spine long. Maybe touching your thigh, your shin, or your foot. Remembering to breathe. On an inhale, walk your hands up your leg so that you're sitting. Bring your left knee up. Squeeze it into your chest a little bit. On an inhale, reach up. And on an exhale, twist to the right, bringing your left elbow to the outside of your right knee for a little twist. Remember to breathe. On an inhale, reach the arms up, unwind. Bring your right foot out to meet the left and give your legs a little bit of a shake. Now bring your left foot in to the inside of your right thigh. On an inhale, reach the arms up, square your hips towards your right leg. On an exhale, fold over the leg. Walk your hands up. Bring your left knee up. Hug it into your chest a little bit. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist over to the left. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. On an inhale, reach the arms up, unwind, bring your left foot out to meet the right, give your legs a little shake, and slowly come down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, maybe roll around a little bit, give your lower spine a little bit of a massage. And when you're ready, keep your right leg hugged into your chest and bring your left leg out long, place it down on the mat. Bring your arms out to a T or cactus arms. And let your right leg fall over to the left so that it is touching the mat. Maybe bring your left arm onto your right thigh to pull it down a little bit further and look over your right shoulder for supine twist. And inhale, come back up, hug both knees into your chest, give them a good squeeze. And when you're ready, keep your left leg hugged into your chest and bring your right leg out straight. And twist towards the other side. So bring your left knee over towards the right. Look over your left shoulder. And maybe bring your right arm on top of your left thigh and pull it a little bit closer towards the ground. Untwist and hug both knees into your chest. And when you're ready, let your legs come out long. Bring your hands to rest next to your hips or maybe out wide. Let your feet fall out to the side. And come into your own Shavasana. I encourage you to stay here for 5 to 10 minutes, releasing your mind of stress, anxiety, and just focusing on your breath. Thank you all for practicing with me today. This was my first YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love any feedback you could possibly give me. Namaste.